Hello, everybody. Welcome into the Super Bowl podcast, episode number 47. We're getting closer and closer to 50 episodes. Super blessed to be back in the studio. We got David Arnold, Harper Hauk with me here as always. Today we got another special guest from a sport team here on campus that we have never had anybody on for. So a big moment. Harper, who we got with us today?
Yeah, before we're going to further, super bold, super blessed, just going off of what you were saying there. We got our Marcus Vaughn here joining us on the podcast today. This is a brother that I've only really known, honestly, for a month and a half. We had the opportunity speaking together at North Phoenix Collective, which is the college group. And we both gave, 2-minute little testimony of how the Lord's worked through us in college athletics. And we ended up, talking about it, talking about our faith, getting to know each other in that setting. And then it developed into a brotherhood. And now I'm super thankful to have him on, hear a little bit more of his story.
Yes, sir. Yeah. I really do think that it was from God that we met.
Yeah.
And it's been a month and I'm already in here with you guys and I'm excited to be here. So
yeah,
I'm excited to go through this episode.
Yeah, well, thanks for coming on.
Before we get into our sports segment today, I just want to hear about your guys' experience. I mean, you guys are speaking in front of hundreds of college students.
Absolutely.
That's not the easiest thing to do in the world. How did you guys get through that? I know you got some family lines who are used to speaking in front of large crowds, maybe.
Yeah. Get into that later, yeah.
But for both of you guys, how did that experience go, and how did it meet your expectations?
Yeah, it was a super cool opportunity over at the Collective at North Phoenix. I just got to know Davis and kind of told him, hey, I've been thinking about possibly pursuing ministry. I'm on the men's soccer team. And he's like, hey, I'm going to have some other guys, or he said Harper and then Sarah also from beach volleyball.
Yeah.
He's like, we're going to have them come up and speak. And he's like, I'd love to have you come up and speak too, just 2 minutes. And I was like, yeah, for sure. So it was cool. It was a lot of people, but I don't know if Harper realized this, but like when you're standing up there, they got those bright lights. You can hardly even see the people.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
So it was cool. It was a really awesome opportunity. And
yeah.
And
like props to you, bro. Like I'm a fifth year, and I can't even imagine doing that as a freshman. So like huge props to you.
Thank you.
But yeah, going off of what he said, there was 600 people there.
I have no idea.
And I know you had typically gone to the Collective.
Right.
It was actually my first time ever going.
Which is funny.
But like what an opportunity that we had to just share a little bit of how the Lord's worked through us through college athletics. It was definitely nerve-wracking, 600 people. But you're right. Like when you're up there, like there's lights, and like really once you start speaking, you kind of just zone all that out, and you're just letting the Lord speak through you.
Exactly. Yeah. And we had all given it to the Lord, and I think you just rely on Him, and He does the work.
Was that your first time doing something like to this magnitude, or was it had you had spoken in front of others before?
In high school, we had an assembly, and we had won state my senior year, and so I spoke in front of the entire high school, which was probably 1,500.
Wow.
But
wow.
Okay.
I enjoyed speaking at the Collective more than that because that was nerve-wracking, and I enjoyed talking about soccer, but I enjoyed talking about the Lord more. So
For sure. And I had no clue how big the Collective was.
Yeah.
And I think that's actually a good thing because I remember we were sitting down.
Oh, you and Sarah, you guys were freaking out. It was like, wow, that's a lot of people.
Yeah,
because
you were
kept coming.
You were used to it. And I was like, oh my gosh, there's 700 people here. And they just kept flocking, and there wasn't even enough seats for everyone.
Standing room only.
And you're like, yeah, this is pretty typical. And me and Sarah, we've never been here, and we're about to speak in front of everyone. But it was a cool experience to go through together.
Cool. Yeah, for sure.
Well, that's awesome. Harper will be hosting our sports segment today.
Yeah.
He's, as you were saying before the show, maybe one of the first times you've done this, but it sounds like you've got quite the banger for us today.
Yeah, I'll surely do my best. You guys have set a good example of trivia host. But yeah, this is, I do believe, my first time not competing in the trivia, and it'll be fun to be on the other side of it. Anyways, this is going to be the format. We're going to have Mr. Marcus here against these two bums. It's going to be 2v1,
Wow.
2v1 soccer trivia. They're each going to have 5 questions. If we need to do an overtime sudden death question, we will, okay? But for every question you get right is a point. Very simple scoring here. And one thing to note before we jump into it is that we're going to start off pretty easy, and we're going to get progressively harder. So your beginning is going to be probably right here and progressively getting harder, and theirs is probably going to start here and progressively not even get to the point where you start. So we're going to try to,
Good.
but you guys have together, to
I
figure this out.
But I am like, I don't even know if I'd count as half a person in this. Okay, I'm just gonna be the guy who's hopefully racking your brain of, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Have you played a lot of FIFA in your life?
No,
he has
I have
not.
never owned FIFA.
I
before.
played
Oh.
minimal
But
FIFA.
it does seem like a.
I would say I watch a lot of soccer, but a lot of my soccer knowledge actually comes
Right.
from FIFA.
Yeah.
I
Same
had
here.
2K was my the basketball, NBA 2K.
yeah, I
So
know
like that was
nothing
kind
about
of
the
like
basketball.
that was mine growing up. So yeah, I understand.
He's kind of a niche sports fan
Okay.
because he likes NASCAR. He's had NASCAR video games more so than like
Absolutely.
I don't think
all
I've
the
ever
other
played a NASCAR
Yeah.
video game.
Hey,
Right.
they're great. I would
But
recommend
do
it.
you get like a steering wheel and stuff, or
I do actually. I
Oh,
have an
that's awesome.
iRacing setup.
I
shout
regret
out.
bringing this
Yep.
up.
I won't go. I'll spare everybody the details, but
Yeah,
it makes
let's
me want to
get
be a
into the game.
professional race car driver. So Yeah.
Well,
Someday.
the tough part for me is I'm the women's soccer SID here on campus. So,
Pressure,
Shout out.
I could be letting some people down today. Let's just say that.
high stakes.
I wish I knew because I should have some knowledge of some stuff. But if there's like professional league stuff, Europe gets involved, I could be in trouble in some certain areas. But I know ball a little bit.
Well,
That's
we'll
good.
put that to the test. Shout out women's soccer. I want this beginning to be a little interactive. So I'm going to ask you two to do rock, paper, scissors to choose whether you want to go first or second.
On shoot.
1 out of 1. All right.
Hey,
Already.
You want to go
Defer?
first or
You wanna
defer?
Yeah,
We'll defer to the second half.
All right.
So, I'm
So
first.
again, this first question, I feel like for you should be a layup.
Okay, you can't say that because
No pressure. Okay, Marcus, name the big 5 soccer leagues in the world and their associating nations.
okay, so you got the Premier League, which is English Premier League, so England. You got La Liga, which is Spain.
Okay.
You got Serie A
Okay.
or Serie A, which is Italy.
Ooh, yep.
You got League
more.
One,
Okay.
which is France.
Yes. Last one.
And then you got Bundesliga, which is Germany.
Very good. Ding, ding, ding. That's 1 point for him. Did you guys have any idea what those?
I knew the Premier League.
Okay. And England, of course.
I
You
would've
knew
known
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did
I
you?
would've known,
Would you have gotten all 5?
Not Serie A. I
Wait,
would've
isn't
known
that-
one.
What about League One in France? Would you have gotten
Nope,
that
I
one?
wouldn't know that one.
So you guys probably could have gotten 2 or 3 of those.
Yes.
I
Well,
would have got one.
I feel good about that. I feel good
Yeah.
to like kind
Okay.
of gauge your
All
level.
right.
So we got 1 on the board for Marcus.
We're already
Let's
down.
go.
Already
Good
down.
work.
1-0.
Good work.
Yeah.
Okay. Braden David. Who holds the record for the most international goals in soccer history?
What is your first? Instinct,
Well,
because-
you immediately think of your Messi and your
Yes.
Ronaldo.
Yes.
I do think there's an older gentleman that was a Brazilian.
It's like 2 years.
What's that?
It's like 2-year difference.
Oh, he's already playing the mind games.
And who started?
Who's
it
who's
earlier?
who's the other guy who's really good?
I'm
Neymar.
done.
Who's Neymar?
Neymar won't be a part of
Neymar?
that.
Shout out Griffin McCain. I'm getting a call from him right now. Former Super Bowl guest.
Pick it up on the show.
As you guys plug him in.
Yeah.
I tried to see the answer when you showed
Yeah,
us.
I know.
Oh,
did.
that
I
was
missed
genius.
I know you did.
There's
You should get this one.
This is theoretically down to 2 because I feel like if Harper
Yeah.
knows me, he's not gonna pick somebody I wouldn't know.
yeah.
And this is the first one.
So
Take that into
account.
I do think Messi's a little older, so I think that's the safe play.
And he's.
But
I know
Ronaldo's
the.
scaring
It's
me
like
a little bit,
Yeah.
'cause
I mean,
he-
I know that's the GOAT debate, right?
Oh, he's
I-
leaving me a voicemail.
assume.
Look, he's leaving me a voicemail.
the host is distracted.
Well, here's what I'll tell you.
Hey,
You
I
guys
know
have
the
10
host.
seconds.
I know that Messi was Argentina, and I know that
Yeah.
Ronaldo's Portugal.
Yeah.
So
Wow, that really
I
helps.
hope that helped you.
Uh,
Let's go.
Messi?
Messi.
I like
Go
it.
Messi.
Well, you guys should have gone with your gut. It's Ronaldo.
Ah,
And,
So that was probably the first 2 you should have
Messi's
thought.
older. Yeah.
Messi is older.
Yeah.
Ronaldo's actually older.
Is he?
Yeah, he is.
Well,
Elite ball knowledge.
See, yeah,
See,
he's
we're,
better than I knew.
we
He's
never
better
had
than
a
host.
chance. We never had a chance. Unbelievable.
Anyways, he's in what league is he in now? The Saudi.
Messi's.
No,
or
Ronaldo.
Ronaldo's in Saudi League. Yeah.
And then
Messi's in
here
Miami,
now.
right?
Yeah.
Messi's in
Yeah.
Miami. Yep.
They both gone. They
Fans
both
for the win.
downgraded in some leagues. Okay,
I feel like we needed that one. I'm not gonna lie.
so yeah, that was your give me. All right, so we're going to move forward. Second question for you here, Marcus.
Okay.
Which team is known as the Red Devils?
Manchester United.
Yeah, he got that really quick.
That was
Yeah.
an insta snipe.
That
Dude,
was
come
an
on.
instant snipe. So yeah, he's doing really good. That probably wasn't super hard.
It wasn't. No.
Okay.
Oh, it wasn't super strong.
But yeah, you guys had no clue.
I'm sure
Cool and
there's.
collected
I'm
over
sure
there.
there's other teams with the Red Bulls.
Do you think you guys would have gotten that?
I know Manchester
I
United
would
is
have
red,
not.
so I may have gotten there.
But there's also like other red teams like Arsenal that could have definitely.
Yeah.
Arsenal.
the Gunners.
Yeah, I know Arsenal.
Anyways, we're 2-0. We're going into the second question here. Which country has won the most World Cups? David and Braden. This is a given.
In what? Men's?
Is it Argentina? Is
Yes,
that
yes,
crazy to
yes.
say? Is
Which country has won the most World Cups?
it crazy to say Argentina or no?
No, it's not
Okay,
crazy.
because I feel like that's immediately the answer that came to my mind, but I
Well,
again would have no idea.
I think they've
Just
won
now.
2 out of like the last 3 or 4.
Okay.
They won the
Patriots
last
like
one.
dynasty here.
Patriots like
You're saying FIFA World Cups? Yeah.
Yes,
So
World Cups.
that was Messi's first World Cup, so they haven't won 2 of the last 4.
They have not.
Okay,
Okay.
well, I really appreciate you for helping us here.
Yeah,
You're
I
seeing
need to
people. who
stop.
struggle.
I'm
No,
helping you guys
like
out.
like if
You
we
have
want a
hard questions
competitive
coming
game-
up, so
Yeah,
Oh,
I,
no.
Here's what I'll tell you.
I think.
so I don't.
A couple
think
of the
that's
names that are coming to my mind are Brazil and Germany.
Okay.
And I'm actually kind of leaning Germany, but
Okay.
Brazil's.
That's just a
it's
gut
probably
thing?
Brazil.
It's a gut thing because I mean
I'm gonna trust what he was just saying there and
Yeah,
and
and
steer from
I agree.
Argentina.
I agree.
I think it's Brazil or Germany. And
Let David call the snipe.
I don't want
Give Dave the ball.
I don't want the ball right now.
Brazil's had
him
guys. They've
shoot.
had guys
Yeah.
now, and they've had guys in the past. I think we go Brazil.
I actually would pick Brazil of the 2 as well. So that's
Okay.
and if that means 1% more
Is that-
confidence for you, then
You guys going Brazil?
Yeah.
Well done.
yes.
Let's go.
You guys,
we didn't get.
you guys started
Stumped.
off Argentina. I was like, oh no, they're
Yeah.
gonna go Argentina.
Was that way off? Like, is that crazy off?
They're
or
top
no?
5,
It's-
top
yeah,
3.
It's not
'Cause
crazy.
that's okay.
Is Germany right there?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Germany's
Yeah.
second.
Okay, good. So we
Germany
sniped the top.
and
Yeah,
Brazil
no,
have
that was a
had
good
the
guess
most
right there.
final appearances.
Okay, good.
Germany and Brazil have
And
tied
is
for
France
most
up there?
appearances.
Probably. Maybe.
I think so. Yeah, I'm sure they are.
Definitely top 10.
Just
maybe.
got,
We
just
got
fun.
one.
Just glad to get on.
We got
But
one.
you got the top 3 right there.
Pressure's off.
Yeah.
We got one.
All right, so it's 2-1. You know, that was a huge point there.
Had to have it.
I need to stop helping them. They would have guessed Argentina.
Okay, we're going to go back to 1986 World Cup, Marcus.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay, come
The
on.
19 what now?
86.
86. Okay.
World Cup.
86.
Who scored the Hand of God goal?
Maradona.
Well, yeah, he sniped that really quick.
No, you cheated because you told me hand of God. If you
Oh.
would have said like,
Who
if you
scored
would've-
the last
if you would have
goal
been
or
like who
something,
scored in that game, then I would have been like.
Well, also,
oh,
I know
man.
you're a few years younger than me, so you're like a baby. So you were born in what, like 2005?
5, yeah,
You know, and that's 19 years from 1985. You know,
makes sense.
so
Man,
I didn't.
The hand of God is like a.
I feel like I've seen that
monumental
clip
goal.
before. Is that
Yeah.
is that like is that a handball? Was it a handball? Is that the thing? No.
Yeah, he goes up with
Yeah.
his hand.
Yeah, and
and
then
then
his
acts,
head-
acts like he heads
Uh-huh.
it.
Yeah,
Hits
And
it
it
in with his
counted.
hand.
oh,
we should put a clip on
I
there.
actually do somehow have seen that before. That's
Yeah.
crazy. All right,
Hey, Maradona's from Argentina, so
casual
making
ball
connections.
knowledge increasing.
We're making connections.
Yeah.
I have underestimated your skills. So
yeah,
I'm sorry.
I worried
Well, we'll see
about.
what the
I worried
last
about
two
that.
are.
Hey, if we lose 5-4, that's a success. In my
Oh,
eyes.
absolutely.
I mean, it hurts, but
Hey, we're not worried about. We're playing our game here.
And you know,
Okay.
I'm helping you.
Yeah,
so-
and
Hey,
He
yeah,
is.
bring it on, bring it on.
keep it coming. Yeah.
Okay,
We're
you
all
guys
team
ready?
here.
Yeah.
You guys ready? All right. David and Braden, which player has won the most FIFA Ballon d'Or awards?
Is that the MVP? I don't even.
Yeah.
Did
know.
I pronounce that good?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay.
So,
FIFA
uh,
Ballon d'Or?
so let's think through the last couple questions because these are all kind of connected, right?
Uh huh.
Ronaldo was the answer to a question earlier.
Yes.
Does that mean he's going
Probably
back?
not.
Probably not. Messi apparently has only played in one World Cup.
Apparently,
No, he's played in all the World Cups. He
just
only
hasn't won.
Yes.
Won.
So when
That's
they won in
helpful.
2022, that was his first World Cup win.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So I'm wondering if actually I think that award is when they score the most goals, or is it the MVP
It's
basically?
the MVP. Yeah.
So
Okay.
typically it'd probably be a guy on
On a
the team that won,
championship team. Yeah.
but I don't know. for
How
sure.
helpful is that for us?
Um,
Can we get multiple choice?
No.
What if
is this a guy that we should know?
Yes.
Okay.
helpful?
Um, I think
He said it would get slightly harder, so it's like
I could still see this being Messi. I'm
That's-
pretty sure Messi won the 22.
if it's not Messi, I don't know if I know this.
And
person.
I
That's a
do think
problem.
Argentina.
So you're saying you
I
limited
know
to two
Neymar,
players.
Neymar,
3.
and that's about it.
Okay.
I'll
Christian
tell you,
Pulisic.
Neymar has never won the Ballon d'Or.
So we eliminate him.
I wasn't really thinking him.
Yeah.
I think it's actually probably Messi.
I mean,
Unless it's Ronaldo again, which sucks.
that would be brutal because then
But
we'd swap the
I think Argentina's had more overall success in the World Cups than
Household
Portugal
name.
has.
household.
And I think Argentina. Maybe I'm thinking they lost to Germany a couple years, like a couple
In the
World
final,
Cups
yeah.
away.
2014.
So he still could have won the award at the same
Correct.
that year. So let's go Messi. This
Love
time.
it.
We're going Messi.
Well done, gentlemen.
All right.
Well done. You almost swapped the Ronaldo and Messi questions. I
Had to
thought
have
you
it.
guys were about to go Ronaldo
Had to
there
have it.
and switch the Messi and Ronaldo question.
The
Well
first
done.
question greatly helped us there, I think, because
Well done.
Yeah.
had we had gone,
So you guys are now 2 for 3. You're 3 for 3. You guys are keeping yourselves in it. I really hope these last 2 questions are going to at least challenge him.
it doesn't even feel
Instead
like
of
he's
1
gotten.
second,
But so
Yeah.
far, I have
We
underestimated him.
should make it to where he has to answer in 5 seconds to make it even.
he'd
No,
still have
then he's
to
going to ask a
answer.
question that I have no idea.
Yeah,
and
I'm
gonna be
sure,
Like,
yeah.
oh, no.
Okay. We're going back to 1930. Okay. The first ever FIFA World
Almost
Cup.
100 years ago.
Who was the winner of the first ever World Cup?
He at
See,
least
this
has
is
to
a tough
think.
one.
He at least has to think about it. That's great.
Yeah, yeah.
You
I
know,
didn't. It's not within 5 seconds.
When Harper was talking to me about doing this, I told him one thing. I said, "Don't do dates," and he pulls 2 dates. out of the last
But
2.
last one you
The
got,
last one was the help, I guess.
That's true.
and
you
also
got-
there's
yeah.
going to be one in the last question too. So
Get excited. Let's go.
I'm trying my
thinking
best, boys.
Hey, we appreciate all. I mean,
1930s.
I'm trying to think.
can we steal?
Oh,
This
you
was
don't-
also.
And just
He does.
roll up a
I-
ring.
I'll-
You
obviously.
ain't getting this, bro.
I know.
You probably don't know.
Yeah.
And this isn't really a hint, but the country hosted this one as well. They won it
Okay.
in the hosting country.
Interesting.
I feel like it was a hint.
That was a
Yeah.
massive hint, I'm sure.
I mean, unbelievable.
but we've gotten hints. So.
It's
Yeah.
the first
this is-
ever.
No, I'm clueless. If I'm
Okay.
being honest. I was
Alright.
thinking Germany, but I might make a fool out of myself. But Germany was like 1930. That's before World War II. So that's like
So are you locking it in?
no, I'm not.
I think he's saying that was some volatile times.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sure was.
Oh, you're saying that steers you away from
Yeah.
that. Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Got it.
Um,
Hey,
we sure
world
went-
history. He's got
Yeah.
it.
Stay in school,
something
kids.
wants to tell. I kind of want to say it was Italy.
Let me give you a shot clock here.
Throws out a random
Here we go.
answer.
I'm
Here
gonna give
we
you
go.
20 seconds in the shot clock.
Shot clock down to 15.
When it hits the
I'm
36.
gonna say Italy.
Uruguay.
Uruguay.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's
Whoa!
I was not getting that.
Yeah, and I mean, they wouldn't have gotten that one either. So.
tough.
Still.
I was gonna say like England or something.
Did you guys even know that country existed? Have you heard of that country?
I have.
Okay,
I have.
good.
Yeah,
Good.
I've heard of it.
Suarez, right? He's from.
Suarez is from.
Yeah, one of the best strikers.
The biter.
Yeah,
Biter.
the biter. That's
Okay,
correct.
there
See,
you go.
he's got it.
There you
That
go.
is
He's
true.
got it.
There we go. Get the confidence up.
Okay.
Get the brain rack.
So we have a chance to tie here, boys. We have a
Nah,
chance
it's
to
a
tie.
massive
he
moment.
used we.
He 3 for
I mean,
4,
that.
3 for 4, 2 for 3, going into the 4th question. Okay. Oh dear. Do you guys want a technical question or a team question? Which one? I'm gonna let you guys choose here.
Technical
care.
question or a team? Okay, these are.
Those are your last 2 questions.
Yeah, so you just do it.
I'll just do it in order.
Do what
okay.
it do for you, man.
Which club has won the most Champions League titles?
Oh,
Champion.
You know this instantly, don't you? Yeah.
Because it's not.
So this
close.
is like Chelsea and all them, right?
so I feel like Champions League is where the 5
Yeah.
the winners from those leagues come together and then they play.
So-
So it's like about as worldly as it gets.
Yeah.
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 So you got to find the dogs ultimately, and
What are some dogs?
And
off
it's
the
more
top
than
of your
just
head?
the
Thinking
winners,
through
right?
it.
first 2 that are coming to my mind are Barcelona
Oh.
and Manchester City.
United. I don't know.
I'm feeling Barcelona though.
Barcelona.
Ooh, who did Ronaldo play for? He played for Manchester City.
Man
Well-
United.
He's played for a lot of teams.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Yeah,
you
so
should be
he's-
careful.
he's,
You should be
um,
careful.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
played
I'm
for a
not-
lot.
He's a
of teams.
journeyman.
Hey, I got
Okay.
my last one wrong. I'm not helping them anymore.
Yeah, I was about to say you almost helped him there a lot.
I think we do need to figure out who Ronaldo played for.
And you can't use your phones. I'm sorry.
Well,
That's
I
all right.
literally don't have access to mine, so yeah.
I think Barcelona's the safe thing here, and now we got to figure out who Ronaldo played for.
I feel like it is. There's something to this Ronaldo thing.
He played in Spain.
So how long is their shot
Barcelona.
Oh, so you're calling shot clock? I like it.
I got like.
I'm gonna give you
He's
guys
a competitor.
30 seconds here. This should have been plenty of time, and you're right to think. You got to think of dog club first and foremost.
Dog.
You said you got to think of the dogs within those big 5
Yeah,
leagues
for sure.
that we established early on.
I'm gonna be upset because I can't think of where Ronaldo used to play, like where he made a name for himself.
So is Barcelona the best bet?
I think it's a very safe option.
I mean,
I think
unless you have anything better, I'm
10 seconds.
riding with it.
All right, let's do it.
Barcelona.
It's going to make a lot of Spanish people mad because it's Real Madrid.
That's where he played.
Yep,
That's where
and
Ronaldo
you were
played.
sniffing it out the entire
Yeah.
time.
I knew
on
it.
the
It
whole
had
time.
something to do with it. I just couldn't help. I'm sorry. I just didn't have that
So this is what I would like to
Deep
do. I'm kind of changing the rules as we go here, okay?
triple points.
I would
the last
like
question.
them to answer their last question to force you into a tough spot in your last question. Because if
Or
they don't
just
get this right
completely in the
question,
game.
but I don't. I want you guys to go
Yeah.
5 and 5. Each have
Do you
5.
have
Oh,
a
no, of
tiebreaker
course.
if we need it?
Huh?
You have a tiebreaker if we need it?
You ready?
Yes,
Yeah.
I do have a tiebreaker.
All
if we
right.
need it.
Put the ball in
Fine.
our court.
So
Put the
I
ball in
think
our court.
we're gonna
Let's
go
put the
back to
pressure
you
on.
guys
Yeah.
here. Okay, if you get it right,
Gosh, Real Madrid.
okay, then we'll go to him to
I will
force
say
it.
these were we've been around the right answer in every one, which I'm happy with, and that's
Dorm
mostly.
is thinking through it.
Yeah,
like,
Dorm, and I'm
He's
trying
sniffing
to
them out.
support.
I don't know Ronaldo well enough.
Okay,
Now I do.
we're gonna get technical here, boys. Okay,
How cheeky.
this has nothing to
And,
do with players, nothing to do with clubs. Okay, nothing to do with dates. What is the maximum number of substitutions allowed in a standard FIFA match?
Jeez Louise.
There's 2 answers I would take here.
As in the
There's
entire
two
game.
answers you would take?
2 answers.
The entire game or at a time.
Is this a
that
trick
crazy?
question? That
In
there's
a
not
standard FIFA match.
So the entire match.
Entire.
How are there 2 answers?
Because they changed the rule like 3 years
With
ago.
yeah, and there's some special cases.
Would you have known this? Just out of
I would have
feel-
known the
Really?
standard one.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
But there is a technical answer. I will take either one.
Okay. This one you could theoretically give multiple choice. Wouldn't be much of help, since we have no idea right now.
I'm not giving
That's
you
all I'm
guys any
saying.
more help.
Well, the first 2 things that come to my mind are 5 and unlimited.
Oh, unlimited could be the sleeper. In
And
fact,
it's going to piss me off.
I
if it's
really
unlimited.
like that answer because there's 2 options theoretically, right? You know, it was 5, but it went to unlimited. What if we got both double points? Think about it.
I can't remember ever.
I really like the unlimited.
I never
thing,
felt
'cause
like there was a limit when I've watched. Because I've watched World Cups.
I have 2, and I felt like I would have maybe heard the announcers be like, "Well,
They're
almost
almost at the
the
limit."
limit here." I mean, he can't sub. They're past the limit. They probably never.
Should
happens,
should we go to a number or should we? I know that helps us. But
There are 2 answers.
but I feel like unlimited is not a bad place to be.
Can we answer 2 then?
And can we give
No.
double points?
I'm asked for one question. I mean, one answer here.
I will leave it up to you. I think
and
those are the
I
2
would steer away from
unlimited.
unlimited.
Dang it! That was such a good thought.
Let's
Okay,
go 5.
I mean that's literally all I mean, I feel like it's probably wrong, or else he wouldn't have given this that because now it's like obviously would have gone 5, but we'll see. I'm cool with it. I mean, I don't know anything else, so
it could be 11.
that's an interesting number. Why?
You guys have
Well, because there's
10
11
seconds.
players.
I guess
maybe
that'd be a lot,
you could
probably
sub
though, right?
everybody
I
out
feel like it's.
Once
If I had to guess, I would say 5
in a
more.
FIFA match.
4,
You want to go 5?
Yeah,
All right.
2.
5.
Correct.
Wow.
Standard is 3, and there's some special cases
Huge.
5.
So
Correct?
so you get 3 chances to sub. So you can sub at 3
Chances.
different times,
Oh,
but you can sub 5 players. So like if at one time you subbed 2 players,
then you.
yeah.
Okay.
But
Right.
if you
Two other
subbed 3 times and you only subbed 1 player, like you can't sub 2 more people.
Yeah, because you only have the
used all
3
your
opportunities.
windows.
That's
Yeah.
cool. I like that actually.
And they just switched that during COVID because I don't even know why. But
Yeah.
Look at you
it
guys.
used to be 3.
Pressure's
You forced him in a
the
position.
pressure is on.
The ball's
it's
in
not,
his court.
It's not boiling, but it's
and he,
it's in the back. Yeah, we're warming up. Yeah.
the ball is in his court.
I mean,
He's
I
got to
didn't
shoot.
get
Put it up
last
to
one,
high,
so-
please. Yeah.
And we could be going overtime if he answers incorrectly. All right. Mr. Marcus, another date here for you.
Haha.
1842.
Well, not
Let's head back to the creation.
which
of time.
nation won the Euro Championship in 2020?
Oh, he's got
that's
this.
helpful.
Yeah, I got
5 years ago.
It was
GG.
the final game was Italy versus England, and Italy won on penalty kicks. I was in Atlanta, Georgia, watching the game.
Oh,
Wow, he remembers instantly.
Was that the last Euro?
classic.
Or
No,
was
the
there one
last Euro was last summer.
in France?
Um,
Or did Italy?
it was England against. Well, I can't even remember last summer. It was England versus Spain, and Spain won.
So England lost the last two.
Yeah.
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 Harper,
Well, he
what
called it
was
there.
Hey,
what was the
Ice in his veins.
extra question? The tiebreaker. Did you have it?
I mean, I was just
Just out
going
of
to
curiosity.
go and find one. I honestly didn't think we were
Oh,
going
okay.
to
That's what I
overtime.
thought.
Yeah.
But to be fair, like you crushed it there. I thought since there's so many tournaments and so many leagues every year that it would just get lost. And like 5 years ago, like, I probably couldn't tell you who played in the Super Bowl 5 years ago, just off the top of my head, right?
Well,
Probably
there's
the
not a-
Chiefs
There's not a
somewhere.
Euro every year, but
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is like there's tournaments every year. There's the leagues. It's
yeah.
it's just there's a lot to remember. So I didn't
Yeah.
know
Definitely.
if you had been able to get it just like that, but he did.
I do remember that.
In
one.
fact, he even remembered where he was when he was watching
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
So
Iconic.
all right. Well, that was a good one. Good questions. Those were
That was-
gettable
that was
for
a
us.
good first performance.
appreciate it.
from Harper.
All right. With that being said, let's get into Marcus's story. I'd love to start off by talking about your first year in college soccer. That had to have been a new experience for you. How did that go? What were the team dynamics? What are you looking forward to in the future? And I mean, a big life change, obviously going from high school
Absolutely.
ball to college.
Yeah, I think I need to start before I got here because going into last summer, I didn't know where I was going to end up.
Yeah.
You know, I had a really good senior season of soccer. I had always known that I wanted to play in college, and I had talked with a lot of schools, had offers, done a lot of praying, a lot of trusting in God, but it was just like, man, none of these places feel like the right place, you know, and honestly, it had been about 2 years, like from junior year up until last summer, that I was like just doing the whole recruiting process. And we get to last summer, I was on a club team and we had nationals, and I reached out to I had already talked with the GCU coaches a little bit, but I reached out to them and I was like, hey, can you come watch me play? And they were like, yeah. They came and watched me play. I did well. And really, over the course of a couple weeks, maybe a month, I was like, I think I signed to come here on like a Monday, and I was here the following Tuesday, something like that.
Wow.
Crazy.
Wow.
And it was like completely God, because 2 years where you're just like sending emails, going to ID camps, going to all the recruiting process, and then God does it in 3 weeks to a month and a half.
Right.
And it was just one of those things where it's like, you know what, God is completely in this, and there's no way I'm not going. And since I've been at GCU, I can tell that God brought me here.
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, even just being in this room, meeting Harper at the collective, speaking at the collective, that's all just things that it's like, okay, God was absolutely in this. I redshirted freshman year for soccer, so it was a completely new level from what I was playing. And the team was completely new. We had got new coaches last January, so it was their new season. I think we had 17 new guys, which is a lot of new guys. And so we got here in the summer. We put in a couple weeks of practice. We went out to Chula Vista, and we had 2 weeks of training out there. Got back for preseason, started, and we actually started off really well. I mean, like I said, I didn't play because I redshirted, but we started off, won our first game against Western Illinois, I think, and then we went out and we beat Duke, which was awesome.
Right.
Come on.
We beat them 3-2. That was a huge game. Then it was like up and down through our whole non-conference, but coming out of non-conference, we were feeling good. Like we've done well enough that if we can win the WAC, like we'll be in a good spot. Even if we make it to the WAC championship, we may still get a bid.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, as the season went on, you could tell that we had only been together for a couple weeks, and 17 new guys takes a toll. And so it went downhill. I think we ended up with like 5 wins on the season. It was pretty bad. But new coaches, 17 new guys. It was we started off well. We built a really good culture, and that's what we've been working on. And so, yeah, I think we're set up to be good in the future. And yeah, I'm excited. We had a really tough spring. I'll be honest. I learned a lot of new. Let's say I had to be really disciplined because we practiced at 6 a.m.
Oof.
So we had to be at the locker room at 5:30. So
Yeah.
Yikes.
I was waking up at 5. Well, actually, I wake up at 4:30 because I try to read the Bible before.
Good
Yeah.
for you, man. So it's about your bedtime right now.
Okay. Well, it's kind of
Pushing it
hard to go to
tonight.
bed at that time.
Sure.
So, and we've been off for a couple weeks, so now I'm.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of discipline, but we put in a lot of work, and hopefully it pays off in the fall.
Awesome. You got a lot of the team back from last year to where it's maybe less of that new. Obviously, you had 17 guys coming last year. Is it going to be hopefully a bit better this next year?
I'll be honest, no. But, and this is a whole rabbit trail. It's just kind of how NCAA is now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the transfer portal
Yeah.
and you see it in basketball, you see it
Absolutely.
in football. I mean, it's pretty hard to keep a solid group together. I will say we have a solid group from this spring that'll be here, and they'll be a really good foundation for us. And so that's good, but I'm sure we'll have probably 8 or 9 new guys,
Yeah.
which is not a bad thing, transfers and
Yeah.
freshmen. So.
Right.
And I certainly don't want to put you on the spot here, but I know you and you actually spoke to me last week about, like you're saying, some of the changes happening in NCAA.
Right.
And for a lack of better words, your spot, you may be here at GCU next year
Yeah.
and not necessarily playing, or God may take you to another school.
Right.
The only reason I want to bring it up is because I was so encouraged by your heart
Yeah.
and the way that you are trusting the Lord in this and the
Right.
uncertainty here. So could you elaborate a little bit?
Oh, yeah, for sure. Well, just like I shared with you guys that God brought me here, I know that if I was to ever leave, it would be God. So
Mhm.
in that part of my life, I'm completely surrendered to Him in terms of, I absolutely love GCU, the people, the environment, everything, even to the point that I would consider being here even if I wasn't playing soccer.
Yeah.
But I mean, God works in incredible ways, and
That's right.
He brought me here over the course of a month. He could take me away, and it's just, it can be hard for sure. I'll tell you, before I knew I was going here, going into my summer after senior year, not knowing what I'm going to do, it's like,
Yeah.
Scary.
okay, this is kind of scary.
Definitely.
But, there's so many passages in Scripture. Proverbs 3:5,
Mhm.
Matthew 6. Well, honestly, the end of Matthew 6, just don't be anxious about
Love it.
anything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And seek first the kingdom of God. And so I'm just going to keep seeking God, and whichever way that He takes me, He says all these things will be added unto you. So
Absolutely.
yeah.
I know, I guess kind of going back, I wanted to highlight just the uncertainty of that time when you were looking at schools, nothing felt like it was clicking. Was that discouraging? Was that hard? Before GCU kind of came in the picture, were you questioning, God, where do you want me? What did that season look like? I imagine that was pretty difficult.
Oh, it was a lot of prayer,
Yeah.
a lot of just trusting in God. I have 4 brothers, 2 younger and 2 older. My 2 older brothers, they were both athletes in high school,
Mhm.
but my oldest brother kind of got messed up with COVID. And then my second oldest brother, he just decided not to play. He played basketball, so
Yeah.
he didn't play. He was good, but both of them are actually in the military now.
Oh,
So
Wow.
in my case, it was even a little more stressful because it's like, I don't want to say that they failed, because I wouldn't say that they failed, but it's like neither of them really went through the process and are playing college soccer now or college basketball.
Sure.
And so for me, my dad played college basketball, but at a super small Christian college in Wisconsin, because my grandpa was the vice president there. So he didn't really go through the recruiting process either, because his dad was the vice president, so he's going to play there. So for me, I'm just going through this whole process, kind of learning it. And really, it was just trusting God. And I'll tell you, like, 2 years, and I'm doing a lot. I'm talking to a lot of people. And I had good options, like I said.
Right.
In state, out of state. A lot of good places that I was considering, that I considered, but none of them was like, this is where God's calling me. And 3 weeks,
Yeah, right.
that's all it took.
And that's
So-
and what's cool is now as you're maybe facing another time of uncertainty,
Yeah.
you can look back on that and be like, well, I
Sure.
I can tell just by your
Exactly.
heart posture right now that maybe a little scared, but just
Yeah.
knowing that you're going to be put in the right spot for,
No, yeah,
for this season of
absolutely.
your life, which is a
Yeah.
really cool way to look at it.
Yeah.
And I certainly don't want to like overlook and undermine, like, it probably is not fun going through that, the uncertainty and
It's
not
not, no.
necessarily
But-
knowing where you're going, but like just like he alluded to, like we hear and see your heart here that the Lord has obviously grown your faith through this.
Right.
And ultimately, I know all of us know this and believe this, like it wouldn't require faith if we knew exactly the story God had written for us. If we knew exactly what was going to happen, what are we, just robotically going through life? It wouldn't require any faith. It would honestly take the zeal out of life. It would take out the enjoyment of life if we knew exactly where we're going to go. But man, I was so encouraged last Tuesday or Wednesday, I believe, is when you and I ran into each other on campus and we caught up a little bit, and you were telling me about really just the recent updates, how, you may not necessarily know what your future holds in terms of soccer and GCU. And man, I saw it in your heart that you're like, man, like, yeah, this is not fun, but I've surrendered this, and wherever I'm meant to be, the Lord's going to get me there.
Right.
And that is such a mature position to be in as a college freshman. So I applaud you for that, brother.
Thank you. Yeah.
Totally. Before we get into talking about really where the backbone of your and the foundation of your faith came from,
Right.
I'd love to ask one more question about being in this college soccer space.
Right.
In the men's game, it is a very international game.
Absolutely.
And I would imagine just from these 30 minutes of getting to know you that you are a disciple, and you're discipling your teammates, whether that's through like actual action or just by being the guy that you are, and them kind of being able to see that God through you.
Right.
But with international students, and I know Harper's been able to allude to this a lot with a lot of international swimmers, how does that aspect work for you to show them Jesus' love and when maybe a lot of them have never ever experienced it before?
Absolutely. Yeah. I would say, well, the first thing you got to do is just realize that you're not the one that does the work. God does the work.
Yeah.
So it's like, I shared this at the collective. It's just, I was talking with my grandpa, who's a pastor. We had a conversation over spring break, and he was just like, ministry is having those windows of opportunity to impact people. And so when I was thinking through, like, the international players, even not the international players, everyone on the team, it's just little windows of, hey, how can I impact this person and share Jesus with them? How can I serve them like Jesus would serve them? How can I spread some light on them? And I mean, my roommates, one of them is from Canada and one of them is from Sweden.
Yeah.
And really, it's just, I've had some awesome conversations with them, some awesome moments with them, and then there's been some discouraging moments. And it's like, ultimately, I got to just trust God, that God does the work.
Yeah.
I think I also shared this at the collective. My roommate, first semester, he was a transfer student, and I just had opportunity after opportunity to share the gospel with him, to pray for him every night. And he ended up trusting the Lord, putting his faith and trust in the Lord. Not because of me.
That's right.
It was actually our captain, Johnny, who he was closer with. But like I said, I don't do the work. It's God, So
Yeah.
you just continue to pray, continue to plant seeds.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, Johnny sat him down at lunch and went through the gospel with him, and he was like, this is why I came to GCU.
Very cool.
And it was cool because after I get to be like, his name was Ian. I was like, Ian, I'm gonna be honest. Since I figured out you were my roommate, I've been praying for you every single night.
Yeah.
And to hear that you did that, it's like,
Yeah.
maybe God brought me here to GCU through soccer, but that's more important than soccer. So,
Totally.
So yeah.
I love your heart there. Like, first and foremost, we're not the ones doing that heavy lifting.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know what the verse is. I believe it's in Corinthians. It talks about, we perhaps plant those seeds and water those seeds, but the Lord is ultimately the one that grows them, right? And, like, he's in charge of the heart change, the life change. And so, like, giving that glory right up to him first and foremost. But I think you hit on some really good points there. It's like, our job is never to fix people, to convert them, to pull them away from their pre-existing ideas or worldviews, because a lot of these international people that we've come to know through sport, they come from different cultures and parts of the world. And who are we to hold them to convictions they may not even have?
Right.
So it's like meeting them where they're at and letting the Lord and his word slowly do the work in their heart.
Absolutely.
I just love that posture here. And as someone who's also had a lot of international teammates, it's been like so humbling and convicting, because it's like, man, we think we know it all, but it's like the more people you talk to and more people you interact with, the less you know. It's like the more you begin to be exposed from, the more you realize you don't know. And how blessed are we to be able to do international ministry from the comfort of here on campus. It's like speaking to people from all over the world, even though we don't have to travel there.
Exactly.
So what a blessing.
And I think it's important just to realize that I'm thankful that it's not me that does the saving, because I would.
A lot of pressure, right?
Yeah, you're in trouble then.
Yeah.
You know? So it's awesome that we serve a God that can save people.
Amen.
And really cool that, we don't always get to see the fruits, you know?
Yeah.
We're going to see the fruits when we're up in heaven. I
Exactly.
truly believe that we're going to be able to see the trail of our impact that the Lord used through us, right?
Yeah.
But to be able to see it on earth is a blessing, and what a cool moment for you to see that right before your eyes with your roommate, and then also for him to hear that you were praying for him. That had to have made that moment so real for him.
Yeah, it was really cool.
You know what I mean? So props to you, bro. That's cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, I mean, if that's the sole moment you hear, it's worth it being at GCU. You know what I mean? Like throw soccer, throw everything out the window, and that's still been great. And the people you've met, but it's like that's eternal, right? That's forever. Exactly. So I think that's awesome. And kind of a point I wanted to relay or go back to, Harper, was when you mentioned kind of the knowledge, right? And like the more you know, the more there is to know, almost. Of like, I think of the scripture of like the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Like it starts there. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's crazy how much knowledge there is to be had through that, as someone who's been walking with the Lord for a few years, for decades, for their whole, however long. Like, there's always more to learn.
That's right.
And I think that just is so cool about this. Like, we're never going to have it mastered. You know what I mean? Like, we can study, we can even, go to seminary and get all kinds of degrees, but it's like at the end of the day, like, the Lord is infinite, and our minds are finite, and there's only so much we can like fathom and understand. And it's like, that's what's so crazy about the thought of eternity and spending time with Jesus face to face. Like, what is that going to be like, and how much are we going to continue to learn in eternity? It's mind blowing.
Amen.
Speaking of seminary, your family has quite the background in the pastoral
Great
space.
transition there.
Yeah.
Come on.
And I can't remember if you were telling us before. I think actually while you were describing the collective, you mentioned that you at least have a heart or a thought towards getting into that space.
Right.
And maybe part of that reason is because of your family. I'd love to hear about the generations that have passed down in the pastoral space, and how that's affected your walk.
Yeah, so my dad is a pastor in Colorado. I'll talk more about that in a minute, but my grandpa's a pastor, like I said. My other grandpa, he does a lot of work in the ministry. He's not a pastor, but he actually does podcasts and stuff.
Awesome.
Sweet.
He was the vice president of that college, which was a Christian college.
Cool.
So 4 of my 6 uncles are pastors, or at least working in the ministry. One of them works at a camp. So yeah,
cool.
We got a lot of pastors in the family. And I was talking to Jerome. Shout out Jerome.
Okay, shout out Jerome.
And he was saying, I think it's just, you're an example of how God blesses those who follow him. Because I think of my own life, and it's like all these people in my family have just sought to follow the Lord. And really, I've been so blessed to grow up with that.
Totally.
And so, yeah, we got all kinds of pastors. And then coming into GCU this year, for a long time, my parents had told me, they're like, Marcus, I think you would make a good pastor, but don't in any way feel like that's coming from us. Yeah. And this year, I've had a really strong pull from God, not from my family, but from God being like, you know, you're gifted in this area. Even to the point where I switched my major to more geared towards how can I live my life for God and complete what he has in store for me. So we'll see what God takes me, being part of the ministry. I mean, like I said, the ministry is all over. It's not just being a pastor.
That's right.
It's all over. So yeah, what I was going to say about my dad, and this kind of gets into my testimony. I don't know how much more time we have.
Go for it.
But yeah, growing up, I was just a pastor's kid. I mean, if my testimony is a little different, because if I'm being honest, I didn't do much wrong. And like, I went to church Sunday. My mom started 2 food banks, so I was working at the food banks on Tuesdays. Wednesday night I was at church. Well, Sunday morning and Sunday night I was at church. Yep. Wednesday I was at church. Friday morning we did, my grandpa did this thing called Bible quizzing. And I was there. And then Sunday, it's like, church was my second home. I was there all the time. Yeah. And growing up, it was awesome. Like I said, my brothers were my closest friends for sure, and I've learned so much from them. But yeah, going up until about 7th grade, some things happened with my family, and my dad decided to step away from the church. And it was like this moment of my whole life, we've been doing the same thing, the same kind of church every week. Like my parents, my grandparents, they're all this really Baptist conservative. But yeah, this thing happened, and it kind of messed up the rhythm of my family. And we actually moved to Pennsylvania for a year, or not quite a year. But then when we moved back, my dad decided not to get back into ministry just because he thought he needed to stay close with, stay and focus on the family, which is I'm thankful for that. But through that time, my older brothers got into some things, and I got to learn a lot from them. And really, it was kind of this moment of, okay, my whole life I've grown up doing church this way. I've been a Christian because I prayed a prayer where basically the Sunday school teacher was like, if you don't pray this, you're going to hell. If you pray, you're going to heaven. And I'm like, oh, of course I'm going to pray this. I don't want to go to hell. Yeah. And I do want to go to heaven. So it was like my whole life, that's how I lived. And now it's been messed up. And it's like, okay, is this faith my faith, or is it just how I've lived my life?
Right.
Yeah.
And it was during COVID. My dad wasn't doing, he wasn't being a pastor, but he decided to do an in-home Bible study over COVID.
Yeah.
And actually we ended up getting like 50, 60 people. It was really cool.
Wow.
But he went through this study called Prodigal God by Timothy Keller, and it focuses on the prodigal son. But what he focuses on is the 2 sons, because there's the 2 sons in the story.
Yeah.
And the first son is the one that he rebels, and he goes away, sins, throws away his life, seeks his own desires, comes back, and the father accepts him, Yeah. But then there's the second, or the older brother, who I completely relate with, because it's like he never left. He did everything right. Like, he was never in the wrong. But when the younger brother comes home, he's throwing a fit. It's like, God, you're saving this guy, or God in the term of his father. Yeah. He's like, you're killing the fatted calf for this guy, even though he's gone and completely messed up. And it was like, what the older brother thought is all these works, all this stuff. If I do this over and over and over, that's what's, when all God wants is the relationship, and through Jesus. And so in that part of my life, I really realized that it's nothing that I do, and yeah, I would say I gave my life to the Lord in that, because I fully understood that, you know, if you would have asked me how sure I am that I'm going to heaven, I probably would have given a 9, because
Right.
it's like, you know, I've done everything right. I said a prayer,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still a little bit of doubt.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
little bit of doubt came from me saying it's something that I have to do.
Yep. To earn.
And when I understood that it's nothing that I do,
Oh my gosh.
it's what
yeah.
Jesus did on the cross. It was like, okay, it's not that I've done bad, like going to church, all that stuff is awesome.
Yes.
And I still do that, but it's like, okay, Jesus is the point. Like, he's the only thing that matters. And then once you learn that Jesus matters, it changes your whole desires, you
Yeah.
know? And so that's,
Beautifully
Amen,
said.
man.
yeah.
All of it.
I mean, it's crazy just all the different backgrounds that people can have in their teen years and their years growing up. And I can relate with you a lot, you know,
Yeah.
being the guy that didn't cuss, being the guy that made the right decisions when maybe
Exactly.
his friends didn't. And great,
Right.
cool. But what does that really mean if you don't have a relationship with the Lord?
Right.
And I truly believe that those moments were building a foundation for you. And
Yeah.
you absolutely were blessed growing up in a household like that.
Yes.
But you still have to make your faith your own.
Exactly.
And it's a very unique way that you learned that. I'm just super glad that I got to hear your perspective on this. So
Yeah.
pretty cool, man.
Yeah, it was super cool.
It's beautiful too, because you heard the gospel, you interact with the gospel truly for the first time, understanding that there's nothing we could ever do to work our way to
Right.
heaven, to eternal life, that we've never deserved it or earned it. It was freely given to us
Yeah.
by placing our faith in Jesus and him alone, what he did on the cross. That's what grants you eternal life.
Yeah.
That is what allows you to be sanctified and eventually have salvation. And that would be my encouragement to all you guys watching out there. Like, you've probably heard a lot of different versions of the gospel, but truly at its core, it's really simple. And I love how seeing the older brother perspective and the prodigal son
Right.
help open your eyes to that, because it can be so easy to get into this works mindset
Right.
when truly all the Lord ever wants is your heart
Right.
and that relationship, because that's truly the only thing we have to offer him. Our
Exactly.
works, they're
Yeah.
pale in comparison to him.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
No doubt. Like, it almost sounds too good to be true, right? Of like, it's grace. It's not what we do. It's not, there's not a weight on our shoulders, you know? Man, like in a world where we live in, that's performance based in whatever you're doing, whether it's your job,
Yeah.
you know, your job, school, you know, athletic career, like it's performance. And like this thought of like, you know, I love the song Jireh. It's like, you know, wasn't holding you up, so there's nothing I can do to let you down is a lyric. And it's like, who are we to think we're holding up God, or right? Or trying to, you know, make God, like at the end of the day, it's literally just our heart. It's a relationship. It's not religion. And, you know, that can get very mixed up in the church. And like, I feel like there's certainly like stories and people who have been a part of the church, you think, how could they not have that personal relationship? And it can be easy to almost get caught up in that, like the routine rather than the relationship, you know? And,
Absolutely.
man, that's something like, that's so cool that you bring, you know, with you. And I think it's powerful stuff that even people in the church, like, may not have fully experienced the gospel. And it's like, man, like, what an opportunity it is to take the weight off of our shoulders and, man, be like, it's by his grace, right? It's by the cross. That's where true freedom lies. That's where our eternity was sealed, you know?
Right.
I love it.
Yeah.
And I think there's like you're alluding to, there's so much misconception and honestly arguments within the church, within denominations, but like faith at its absolute core is how you respond to the person of Jesus Christ. How do you respond to his news? There's nothing you could ever do to work towards it. There's not an ethics code that you have to follow. It's accepting him into your heart and surrendering your life to him and following him. That's truly the only thing that grants you eternal life. And so I love that you were able to experience that and be overwhelmed by that. What, 15? I remember you telling me at 15, 16?
Yeah, it was like ninth grade year.
Is when you went through that prodigal God story.
Yeah. Well, it was my dad. It was the Bible study.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was life changing for sure.
Yeah.
Love it.
Very cool.
I just think of like, it relies on that question of, you know, how Jesus asked the disciples, like, who do you say that I am?
Yeah.
That's a question we all have to answer one day.
Yeah.
You know, and is it like, oh, a good teacher? Is it somebody, I, you know, relied on? Or is it like is Jesus Christ our Lord and Savior? Have we really placed our faith in Him? And man, because speaking from experience, I knew about Jesus. I didn't know Jesus for a very long time.
Yeah.
And I think that's very common in a culture in America where we're so blessed to have the freedom to go to church and do these things. But man, it really is come down to that relationship. And man, Jesus is waiting with open arms for whoever is willing to seek and knock, right? The door will be opened.
Yeah.
So.
And I just want to hit one more point. Sorry, we got a church going on right here. I think something that you said was really cool, and I think a lot of viewers and myself can relate to. It's like if someone were to ask you if you would gone to heaven at that time, you would have been like, yeah, like 9. And I can relate to that too. I think we all can.
It would have been like 9.5. I
Yeah.
mean, I had done nothing wrong my entire life.
And you said you had you'd almost envision it's like a checklist,
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But truly, if you place your faith in Jesus and the work He did on the cross, and you repent, you can know you're going to heaven.
Right.
Exactly.
You can know you're standing with God. You can know you've been forgiven, and that Jesus' righteousness has been imputed on you. That is life-changing. That is life-altering. You can go to rest at night knowing that you don't have to worry about your standing with God, knowing where you go for eternity. And that is the peace of mind. That's what people are really looking for in this life, right? Because ultimately, everyone knows, you're growing up, everyone knows that we have this problem with sin, even though they may not be able to verbalize it, and they know there's something wrong with them. And again, we're trying to We're trying to deal with it and do something about it. Mm-hmm. But we've never been able to change ourselves. It's by surrendering. That's when the Lord changes us. So,
yeah, and I don't think we should ever play a comparison game. But if you're at home and there is a shrivel of doubt that you are going to heaven, then that should be a sign to you that there's a relationship that's still to be built. Because there really, once you are in a full relationship with the Lord and one with Him, there's no doubt. There's no doubt, despite the missteps that you make and the mistakes that you make on the daily and the sin that you still fall into and come back from, there's still no doubt where you're going. And
right.
You can't understand it until you understand it. You know what I mean?
Right.
So, hey, Marcus, we're getting here at the hour mark, and maybe we talk too much soccer, but hey, we'll run this back if you're around next year. Okay?
Yeah, I'm around for sure.
We've got more to unpack, I think. So
we sure do.
Thank you so much for coming on, man.
Yeah, thank you guys for having me. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah. Hopefully we'll get to do this again soon.
Absolutely.
Just a super gentle dude, and just the words that come to you, it's clearly from the Lord. So keep doing what you're doing. Obviously you have a great family behind you. And thanks for blessing the podcast today.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Well, that's going to wrap up, what was it, 47? Episode 47.
Crazy.
We almost caught up with Super Bowls here on the Super Bowl podcast.
That's cool.
Thank you guys for sticking with us. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We love you. We'll see you guys soon.